Is that awkward enough? Was that your hat? I thought it was his head. Don't step on his hat. Hope everyone out there had a happy Easter, had time with the family, and maybe even took a day off from running to recuperate. We are really excited about today's episode because we have some prizes coming into you. Today's and next week's episode are sponsored by State Street Tattoo. We like working local as much as we can. Tom's been getting some ink down there already.
We do have some stuff.
So we did have a little connection. Those guys have generously donated 2 free tattoos to the winner of our contest coming up after the show. We'll fill you in a little bit. We're going to talk about training plans. Where you get training plans. We got a couple over here. Ben, Megan, how long you been running?
4 years, 5 years, somewhere.
4 or 5 years. Megan, have you been running the same amount of time?
No, a little over a year.
So he dragged you into it.
Yep.
All right. So tell us about the plans. You guys come over here. So you guys, you start running. Where did you get a plan? Like how did you even know what to do?
Google.
What'd you Google?
Training plan.
Okay.
And then
What came up?
training plans.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Google
Couch to
works.
5K.
Oh.
Wednesday.
Did you stay healthy the whole time, or have you had
I haven't had too many health issues, but Megan had a heck of a time.
Yeah,
just getting banged up, starting out?
yeah. And my problem was I always tried to stick to it 100%. I wouldn't veer from it.
Yeah.
And so then I'd get hurt and I'd keep going and I'd just hurt myself more. So, yeah.
So recently, you started working with Tom. Ben started working with myself. How's that been?
Like I always say, Scott says this, and she'll always say Tom says this. And then we get a big fight about who's right and who's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it's good because then I can send a message to Tom saying, okay, this is what's going wrong. What do I do to change
Yeah.
it? And maybe veer from this and do this and try something different.
Yeah.
Instead, before I was just following a plan and I just followed that and
Yeah.
it wasn't custom to me. So.
Sure.
I like coaches in group training because you feel more accountable. Like when it's just yourself, you can easily say, well, I'm going to run 4, and then you end up doing 2 and thinking, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
But when you're a group of people, you it's that peer pressure. You want to keep going.
Yeah, and you're supposed to do 4 and then you do 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Stacy does have some pretty good info for us. Dude, nice work.
All right. I've always wanted to do this.
It's like we've done it forever.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
All right, I did it.
So I looked up some easy places to find like running
Did you
groups.
use Google?
I did.
We just learned about Google.
I Googled it.
On the real wide web.
These are websites where you can find running clubs. So Roadrunners Club of America, it's rrca.org. Runningintheusa.com. Lots of people use meetup groups.
Interesting.
Running.meetup.com. This group, they say they are a drinking club with a running problem. It's the Hash House Harriers. The hare goes out and marks, and there's different like marks for left or right to mark it, and then everyone else leaves after them and has to follow, and it usually ends at a bar.
Beer near.
It's not for the faint at heart because there is drinking and there is questionable language and subject matter. There's also a few I found Ronald McDonald House running clubs. So they run and train together, and then they raise money for the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, cool.
I thought you were going to say they end at McDonald's.
They end at McDonald's. No. Usually your local running store will have things listed.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Maybe you should stop in there, everyone. Hit your local run shop.
It's not a bad idea.
So,
Tattoos.
you got any tattoo stories?
This isn't like a meaningful story, but I went in the day before. It was my birthday. Turned 18. And I got a tattoo. Thought it was cool. I have track practice right after school, so I run like a good 8-10 mile like workout, like
Yeah.
hard, and then basically have like a handful of crackers and go to my tattoo appointment. So the tattoo shop has their shop, and there's kind of like a hallway gift store, and
Yeah.
then there's a restaurant next door.
Yeah.
So I go over, he's like, go get some pop or something. Came over, started it, was great. Took a break after the outline was done and went to refill my water. Felt fine, put my head on the counter, straight back. Cement floor, passed out. Artist asked me if I ate anything. No, I didn't know I was supposed to.
Yeah.
When you get a tattoo, eat something or you'll pass out.
So State Street Tattoo has offered 2 tattoos, and what we're doing is you guys need to send in to my email address, or you can pop it over to the Runners Flat Facebook group, a story that tells us what tattoo you want, what it looks like, why you want it, what it signifies, what's the story behind it. The 2 most tear-jerking stories will each win a tattoo from State Street Tattoo here in Cedar Falls, Iowa. Story for you. I have one of my best friends, one of my 2 best friends through college, ended up going into the military, went to Afghanistan, and eventually his Humvee with the unit he was in got blown up by a mine, and we lost him. When we went to his funeral weekend, which they actually threw a party, they had a life celebration, his dad and our other best friend, Roger Bush, decided that we wanted to get a tattoo to commemorate it, let alone know this story that this was his dad's first ever tattoo, and this is where we got it. That was probably one of the more painful ones I've gotten. It's my buddy's initials, but we rolled into the tattoo right after the life celebration. His dad was the first one to get it, laid down and took it. Didn't even grimace. And we want you to send in some really good reasons to get a tattoo so we can reward the top 2 people that send it in.
We will film you getting it done too.
Yeah, we will. And thanks to the Easter Bunny for making a cameo. Thanks for Stacy for always having some good knowledge. We'll see you guys next week.